Hello, welcome to the Hogs Happy Hour here on Four Star Sports Media Network. As always, I'm your host, Blake, joined by Coach Wilson.
What up,
Coach,
Blake?
how's it going?
Oh man, it's going. Just living the
Yeah.
dream one day at a time.
Oh yeah. So this leap day here, last day of February,
Yeah,
marching into March.
all of our kids dressed up in green like a frog today, and I apparently didn't get the memo because I didn't wear an ounce of green.
We were if you're a teacher, we were Atlas testing, so
Yeah,
it's a
okay.
great day to spend our leap day. But anyways, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the Four Star Sports Media page. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, whatever, share, like, get the word out. Okay. So, um, basketball. You want to start there?
Do I want to start there? Yeah, let's start there.
All right. So, you cannot lose to Vandy at Bud Walton Arena. It cannot happen. I know you've told me this. I've heard it multiple places. This is the equivalent of when Chad Morris was around of losing to North Texas. I think this is Musselman's first quad four loss at Arkansas, and if not, I know it's the first quad four loss at home. You had what, a 10 point lead, and then timeout happens, and it just goes downhill quick, very fast. So
Yeah,
what's
I don't know. I thought when it was like 20-10 at one point, I thought Arkansas was going to run away with it, and I don't know what the. I think there's maybe 12, 15 minutes left in the second half, and I look up, and between Lawson and Kai Mitchell and Brazil, there was 1 point, 3 points between the three of them, and we just, we're getting dominated again by another big man. I forget, had a different like Lubin,
I
just
mean,
just killed us inside, and it's just been like I warned people of this, Blake. I heard people say, "Oh, Arkansas has turned a corner," and I said, "Guys, chill out. We just beat a terrible Texas A&M team,
who we
and
beat before.
we beat before, and then we beat a horrendous Missouri team.
Yeah, who we also beat before.
So,
Yeah, we've swept I guess the newcomers of the SEC and Mizzou and A&M. I mean they've been around for a while, but the
right,
newest members. But a little trivia: do you know the last team to give up 85 points to Vanderbilt this
I'm gonna
season?
say, I'm gonna say it was. Hold on, Florida.
All right, in the words of the great poet Keith Sweat, nobody, nobody,
I
nobody.
was about
We
to
are the
say, I
first
thought
team.
it.
We
You
are
can't be
the
giving me
first
trick
team.
questions, Blake.
And
Not
also,
fair.
this is the first SEC win away from Nashville for Vanderbilt. It's the first road. I think it's the first road conference win since last March. So either way you look at it, this is not a good image. I know. Talked to any Arkansas fan Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. We were not the most joyful person to talk to. There's no energy in the building. I mean, there's probably, I would guess, probably 10,000 fans showed up, and I don't blame them. There's more people going to the baseball game right now than there is going to the basketball game, and
And
we're not
and
even in March yet.
have every right for it to be that way too.
Yes,
So
I mean, at times the crowd was energized, but there's really nothing to get up for. That's even with Battle. He had 36. I mean, Battle the past two games has been, I mean, elite.
yeah,
But he
elite
put up
for
he,
sure.
he put up a quiet 36 points Tuesday night. Um,
Yeah.
he put in 39 minutes, 36 points. Our starters outside of him, Ellis put in 19, Mark put in 15, and then Lawson finally scored. He scored 2 points, and you know, Devo Davis put up another goose egg. So, and Mackay and Mitchell did too. Both of them scored 0 points. which
And
cannot happen. But I
it's
mean,
just
you look down the bench. Who are you going to throw in now? I mean, we're just trying to fight through these last 4 games with the SEC tournament to finish off the season. There's no one you can throw in there at all, and our basketball IQ is very low.
our basketball
Talking
IQ is extremely
ta-
low.
talking to you, Brazil, with your back turned, 3 seconds on the shot clock, you do not go and tackle the guy with the ball at all.
Yeah, I guess I missed that play. Oh, I know what happened, Blake. I
Mm-hmm.
turned the TV off. Um, so I stopped watching. Admittedly, when we were down, I think we were down by 15 with like 7 minutes left, maybe 13. And I just decided I've seen enough of this. I've seen it happen too much this year. And I just got discouraged. And even when we came back, I think I even said it, I said, they're not going to win this game. You can come back, but you shouldn't be in a position where you have to come back against Vanderbilt at home with a team that hasn't won on the road. I don't think they've won on the road this year.
And they've won 8 games so far.
Yeah. Yeah. They are 12 games under 500. And we were having this talk last week. I remember you said it, and I said, I'm going to humor you. And I said, there's no way. You said, just if we win our
Yeah,
next 5 games,
hypothetically.
hypothetically. And now, let's be real,
Yeah.
you're not winning the last 3.
No. The last,
Our LSU
yeah,
trips up. Kentucky's got something to play for.
yeah.
Uh,
And
I
then,
mean, I won't say LSU has something to play for, but I'll say this: they're better than us,
and they've already 20-pieced us. So,
and they may do it
um,
again.
yeah,
I'm being
yeah,
serious; they
so,
may do it again.
yeah. Yeah, I think Musselman, you can see it, he's not having fun out there. So I think he just, as a coach that coaches a bad team, he's just going through the motions right now. And, he will rebuild this roster. I have faith in him. He's, out of every coach in the whole country, he's probably one of the best with the portal. He just missed this year. Um, but the guys that were already there,
That's a
Brazil,
nice way.
Davis,
That's a
they
nice way
just
of
did
putting it.
not. Yeah, they
He
just did
just missed.
not.
He really missed.
Yeah, yeah. So I will say, if Blocker decides to stay, I did like his hustle from the few minutes I did watch.
Yeah.
Kind of like you, I was when they got down and kind of turned the channel, but I did watch the last 5 minutes, and it was, they were trying to come back, and then Brazil bone, and then on the free throw shot, no one boxes out. They just let the guy free to the hoop. But the TV had Brazil at 4 fouls. Musselman thought he had 4 fouls, but the official book had him at 5. Turned out at the end of the game, he only had 4 fouls. So maybe if he was in there, he might have boxed out or something. But anyways, 3 games left. Currently 14-14. Kentucky's up next Saturday, or it's coming up Saturday, 12:30 CBS. Kentucky's got a lot to play for. We do not. We, even if Battle scores 36, we're still probably going to lose. So
Yeah, that's so sad to think that even if I think we had 3 or 4 guys in double digits
yeah,
against Vanderbilt, and we still
I
lost.
mean,
I don't think
yeah,
we've had that this year. Had three or
no,
four guys in the same game in double digits.
yeah. I know. I don't know if it has to be a win, but if they score 75, I know the students get free Chick-fil-A nuggets. But I'm sure you have to win and get set in 75 points.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
So, anyways, basketball. I'm sure there will be some changes. I'm sure Coach Muss is going to make some difficult decisions regarding assistant coaches. Where he might have to tell his own son, "Hey, you might need to go somewhere," or he might need to tell a Razorback former player, Ronnie Brewer, "Hey, you might need to go somewhere."
You think
or
so? I don't know,
missing it.
man. We'll see. Be interesting to see what happens
Yeah, yeah,
as far as the coaching roster goes. I don't know what's
yeah,
going to happen. I
yeah,
know that got some decent players coming in. We'll get players in the transfer portal. Now, who that will be
yeah,
at this point, I don't know.
yeah.
But
But yeah,
we'll need a
yeah,
couple dudes to come in
yeah,
and really help this roster out.
yeah. Now, if Muss misses again next year, it's
Yeah,
hot
yeah,
seat time
it's right. It's going to be
because you got
it,
Texas and Oklahoma coming in.
it'll get real testy in Fayetteville if
Yeah.
things don't go well, to say the least.
So I'm gonna go to something we're good at right now. That's softball, baseball. Softball starts the Whoopig Classic today. They're playing right now. They're tied 3-3 at the top of the fourth with I think it's San Diego State University. Uh, Over the week, softball pitcher Robin Herron threw a perfect game against Illinois State. So shout out to her. Not just a no hit. It's a perfect game. And Wilson, you being a former college pitcher, knows how hard that can be.
Yeah, I mean, when a perfect game, you got no walks. You've got to have your defense playing well. You've got to throw strikes. You can't hit batters. Uh, Everything just kind of has to go your way. But in order for things to go your way, you've got to be able to let the other team swing the bat. And big time to have that on your resume that you've thrown a perfect game. That's not something that I have on my resume
Mm-hmm.
for sure. So at any point, no matter any level, I've never threw a perfect game. I've thrown a couple no hitters,
Yeah,
but not perfect games. That's impressive.
yeah. All right. So what we really want to talk about is baseball. And I know you got some opinions that are not going to be popular, probably, but we're just going to unleash them here. So we go 2-1 in Dallas. Okay, we have historic pitching. Okay, we break all kinds of strikeout records Friday and Saturday. We only get one win out of those historic records we broke. Um, to me, some people are going to say, well, it's early in the season, shouldn't be worried about hitting. We've said it with football. When we could not run the ball. We was like, oh, it's early, it's going to happen. Okay, basketball rolls around, we're not very good. Oh, it'll come together. Now with the baseball, we're like, oh, we cannot hit the ball. So as a former baseball player, is it just harder to hit the ball at the beginning of the season, or is there some concern that Razorback fans should have right now?
So typically speaking, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, um, normally you would with teams playing you're playing these inter squads all the time. You have live at bats. You would think normally that the pitchers would be the ones struggling right now before they settle in. I'm kind of surprised that the bats have been so quiet, and especially against a team like Oklahoma State when we went 14 innings and lost 2-1. Oklahoma State, go back and look at the tournament. Oklahoma State got beat by everybody up there. Or was it? Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I'm talking
Oregon
about
or
Michigan. Talking about
oh
Michigan.
yeah,
But in
Michigan.
the
Yeah,
Michigan game, you only scored what was it? We ended up winning five to
four was
four,
it?
four to
Yeah,
three,
yeah. It was yeah.
and we struggled to hit them. But
Mm-hmm.
there's not we hit a couple of home runs against Grambling State the other day. And by the way, Grambling's just call us spade a spade. No offense to them. They're not on the level of Arkansas, right? And we hit a couple of home runs. But as far as like overall power goes, we didn't hit people throwing 90 plus very well in that little tournament there in Dallas.
Yeah,
We've got to be able to step it up. And when the lights come on in the SEC, you're going to face 90 plus basically every night of a weekend, and you've got to be able to put up runs. Pitching only holds up so long, Blake, because pitching eventually, you're going to have a guy, Hagen Smith. Yes, he struck out 17, but go back to Hagen's first start. He struggled. If you really expect Hagen Smith to strike out 17 every night, you got a problem. It's not going to happen. That's a special occasion. That's just out of the blue. A guy strikes out 17, and not to mention just 17, but 18 of his outs, 18 outs,
Yeah.
17 strikeouts.
Yeah.
So that if you really think that you can get away with that every single night, then Arkansas is going to struggle in the SEC. But I think we have the bats to do it. I really do think that we have the talent. I mean, you got Aloy came in from Sacramento State.
Mm-hmm.
This guy hit a lot of home runs last year. Jack Wagner, who transferred in from Tarleton State, he's supposed to be able to hit. Hudson White's supposed to be able to hit. And there's another guy that kind of came along that's been really hitting the ball well, and that's Sprague Lott, Jared Sprague Lott from our third base corner. So we just got to have guys step up. And again, it's early. I think we've got. Oh, I remember who we're playing. Murray State. We'll have Murray State this weekend, and I'd like to see a team that's a top 5 team beat a team like Murray State the way they're supposed to beat Murray State. But just remember something, Blake. Baseball's a different animal. Just because you have a ranking beside your team name doesn't give you an automatic win in baseball. Just takes one decent arm to shut down a team, or one big swing to make a difference in a game in baseball. But I think we'll be okay. I just would like to see the bats against better pitching show up.
Yeah. Now, did he end up getting the win, or did they go with a no decision?
No, so he got a no decision. He I want to say the win ended up going to maybe Gage Wood. I can't remember who finished that game against Oregon State. But yeah, he got a no decision. The moment the game was tied up was the moment he lost the decision.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's crazy. You throw 17 strikeouts and don't even get a win. But yeah. And then Saturday it was I think it was a 14 inning shootout, if you want to call it a shootout. 25 strikeouts, and we pick up a loss against Oklahoma State. Again, the bats were just not. I mean, to me, the Oklahoma State pitchers were not dominant. I mean, they were okay, but
they have a couple. They're going to have a couple good arms. That, of course, they're a Big 12 team. They're going to always have a couple arms, but they don't have the arms for a 14 inning game. That's shouldn't dominate you for 14 innings. That's the thing. Now, I've seen Arkansas's pitching staff, and I really do think we have the type of arms that can dominate you for 14 innings. I didn't realize we did, but now that I've seen some of these guys throwing in non-conference against, like we threw them against Grambling the other night, every guy we threw out there was 90 plus, every day. So we definitely have the arms, but I think if we'd have played 21 innings against Oklahoma State, we still would have only scored 1 run. That's how bad we were struggling. So again, got to be able to step up. Got to be able to get a big hit like Peyton Holt did by hitting that triple off the wall the other day. Somebody's got to step up in the lineup and be that guy.
Yeah. And one of my favorite players right now is Molina. Okay, he threw 5 no-hit innings Sunday against. I think it was Sunday. Yeah, against Michigan. 5 no-hit innings with 10 strikeouts. So again, Dave in the press conference was, he's very happy with his pitching staff, which I mean anybody would be with all these strikeouts. So hopefully it can carry over into to conference play.
Yeah, I think we got a heck of we've got some really good transfer pitchers. Molina, Hewlett, I believe, came from Kansas. Those two lefties have really stepped up. And it's, what else is good to see, Blake? It's good to see Cody Franks from Nebraska, who transferred last year, but he got hurt. Remember that lat tear? Seeing him healthy, I really expect him to carry a heavy load this year for us out of the bullpen. So, good to see him back.
Yeah, and eventually we will have to settle in on a catcher. One of our catchers may end up being the DH. It just kind of depends, but it's great to have options at catcher. Because last year was a little bit of a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And then we talked about it earlier. We played Grambling 21-1.
Yeah, we did what we were supposed to. Yeah, we did what we were supposed to do. which is good. Played good defense. Again, a kid, I think his name is Tate McGuire, came in and pitched that last inning against Grambling. Kid, 90 to 93, freshman. Maybe he was working on some stuff, hung a slider. They hit it, got a base hit, scored a run.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think he's got a bright future for Arkansas. Like I said, every dude we ran out there threw strikes. I mean, I'd rather him throw strikes and then they hit the ball than not throw strikes. So
Yeah.
I can't complain.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, SEC Media Days, kind of switching to football because they start spring practice here soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like within 2 weeks, I think 2 to
Yeah.
3 weeks. It's here. I mean, so
Isn't
that means
something? Man.
that means the transfer portal is about to open back up here. In April, I think.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that transfer portal for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, because once they get into practice and they don't like the way Bobby Petrino's talking to them, then they have the option to leave. So, and that's probably something they are not used to. But was announced ACC Media Days is in Dallas this year. Set for Sam Pittman's going to talk on July 18th. So hopefully he doesn't embarrass us or anything. But usually ACC Media Days is a fun time for all the coaches. Every now and then you get some controversial takes and whatnot, but it's interesting. It will be interesting without Nick Saban there. So I'm sure he'll be there with ESPN or somebody.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm sure there will be some questions posed, most likely about Sam Pittman's future. And then I kind of expect Sam to do a good job. He's actually, outside of some of his post game press conferences where his answers were I don't know. Most of the time he does pretty well with pressers, and the media seem to love Sam Pittman. So
Yeah.
maybe they won't bother him too much about it. So we'll see.
Yeah, it was some casino in Vegas, like I think put his odds at like to not make it past game 6 of the football season. So
You gotta love Vegas, man. I love Vegas.
And they put Deion Sanders as the third highest odds to make it to Arkansas. So
really,
there you go. Yeah. Well, it's just a short little show. There's not. I mean, you got baseball and basketball going on, but it's really when basketball is not very good. You just have baseball and softball going on. So again, they're very very early in the season.
Kind of interested to see where things go from here as far as recruiting wise for Arkansas. Kind of interested to see if the rumors are just that rumors about Musselman leaving. Things aren't looking. I mean, honest with you, things are pretty grim for Arkansas right now, basketball wise, and I mean, Musselman doesn't have any answers. There were some things though. I'm still frustrated about just coaching. I'm still frustrated about coaching.
Oh yeah, he got out coached last night, or not on Tuesday night.
And that to me is what has just bothered me here lately is he got out coached by Jerry Stackhouse. And
Jerry, they were in man, called timeout, went to zone, couldn't figure it out, went back to man. I mean,
and we have no idea how to beat a 1-3-1 because we don't have anybody who can shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand how. I mean, we had some wide open looks and just couldn't hit them.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be able to bust a zone, and I tell you what was so bad is a 7-20 basketball team was comfortable enough to let us shoot wide open.
Yes,
because they know we're not that team. So
that's
something moving forward.
Yeah, it's very frustrating to watch. Very frustrating.
I hope going into next year that whoever comes in, we've got to have somebody who can just shoot the basketball. Oh, and we need a big man, Blake. So,
I mean, you got Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? He's a.
I want a 6'10", 6'11" bruiser.
Yeah.
Not a 6'9" undersized forward.
Yeah. So. I mean, everyone said it when the when he finalized the roster was that there's no like true big man, and it has definitely come to hurt us, especially with some injuries, with Graham being out, Brazil being out. Trying to depend on Mitchell, it's just not. And then you're trying to depend on a true freshman and blocker because Devo Davis is not there. So it's going. Speaking of Devo, it's going to be interesting on senior night.
Is
What
he?
that what that
He's got one
crowd's
more
going to do.
year. He's got one more year, doesn't he?
I mean, he should be a
Blake.
senior.
I thought he had one more year. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe I'm
Well,
losing my mind.
he probably has that COVID year, that bonus, but
Yeah, but
he's
it is
not.
going to be interesting. I think people. I don't think people will boo him. I think
Yeah,
people will, you know,
yeah. I mean, it'll
appreciate
be
him for the moments that he's had
yeah,
here. They're not going
it'll
to
be
remember.
in front of 8,000 people, if
No,
that.
it's going to be man. It's going to
Yeah,
be a small crowd. I don't know. I couldn't bring myself personally to purchase a ticket. I don't even know if I could bring myself to accept a free ticket
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, the student section was sad, but I mean it's I do not blame them, especially with this NIL. I know you're not on Twitter, but the guy that runs the Edge, the Razor's Edge or whatever donation thing they're trying to start up. After we lose to Vanderbilt, tweets out our a tweet from 247 Sports, and it's got the football recruiting, and it's got Arkansas at 22, and it goes with your donation of $10,000, this can move up to a top 10 recruiting class.
Boy, that guy's real good at marketing.
I'm like, just like we, our morale's not very high after losing to Vanderbilt, and NIL was not meant for the people like me and you to donate our money to an athlete. That's not what it was made for.
See, I don't. I just don't. I don't like the way things are going. Why are you? Okay, number one, you want me to pay to come watch you play, but on top of that, you want me to pay to for you to play. So you're getting. It's like okay, as a teacher and a coach, you know what we would call that? It's called double dipping, and it would be illegal for you and I to double dip, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so um, I'm not. I'm going to pay probably already a high number to come watch you play, and then you're going to ask me to donate even more money to your what spending money.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it
To
is. It's
your
not. I mean, it's not your
yeah,
scholarship. It's for
yeah,
you to go out and buy whatever the heck you want. You want a brand new car? Okay, here's
yeah,
$20,000 from fans. What?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, just think about it down here in Southeast Arkansas. I would drive 3.5 hours, get a hotel room. Hotels are not cheap nowadays, so
And I've been listening to the
tickets. I
radio.
mean,
They promote it
yeah,
on. They promote it on the radio. The
yeah,
Arkansas Edge. Like, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Go
It's to
go to the big companies. Go to these people who
yes,
donate millions.
yes. How about Tyson or JB Hunt, Walmart? I mean,
Um,
people that are in your backyard, not someone who's struggling to pay a water bill and
and
wanting
I'm just
some
and I'm just gonna
donation.
say it. I'm not I'm not gonna give a kid $20,000 that's not even gonna get drafted in the NFL.
Yeah.
Or if he does get drafted, it's not gonna be till the fifth round. Okay.
Because the thing is, with that kid, you can give him $10,000. So guess what? He's transferring to Georgia next year.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even
So
understand. I don't even understand at this point how NIL works. That
you know,
was Devo still getting money whenever he wasn't playing?
I mean, I know that article came out where he like broke his NIL contract because he didn't show up to a radio show. So does he not get paid anymore? I don't know.
I just don't know how these things work. I know what would happen if you and I didn't show up to work late.
Uh, he
So
would be unemployed.
especially a no show, right? A no,
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
I'm talking about just a no show. No one knows where you're
hmm
at. But it's
yeah,
unemployed. Okay, most
yeah.
likely.
And the thing is, I mean, I'm paying student loans back.
Same, same.
They are they have scholarships. They're not going to pay student loans back, and they're getting
Now,
whatever
I
NIL money they want.
and I fully admit that was by choice, but it just
Yeah,
we got we got things as fans on our own plate. But I hope moving forward that with baseball, softball, basketball, whatever, the NIL money that comes pouring in, that they use it wisely and they don't just shell out money to, as I think as the Matt Rule said at Nebraska, if you want a good quarterback in the portal, you've got to shell out $1 million.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
That's
I don't care what people say. I do not care what people say. And I don't care if that means that Arkansas is not winning 12 games every year and competing for a national championship. There's no college quarterback that's worth $1 million.
yeah. I think gone are the days of kids playing for pride for their school. Because me and you grew up in the basically in the Houston Nut era, and those guys love to play for Arkansas. They didn't love to. I mean, they loved Houston Nut too, but they loved to play for
It was big to
Arkansas. That
play for
was
your state.
yes,
It was
yes,
huge to play for your state.
yes, and all the state kids that went to Arkansas, all the big time kids, never even like they wouldn't even go visit LSU or Georgia, even though they were a 5-star athlete. Because I mean, but the pride's just not there, and it all goes back to that NIL money. But NIL is out of control, and the NCAA doesn't know what to do. So it's just the world we live in. Because Dart at Ole Miss, he has a private jet company that isn't that gave him an NIL deal. So he has a private jet to use whenever.
Hmm.
There's ain't nothing like that happening at Arkansas.
No. Well, at least that we know of.
Yeah.
So, but outside of that, we can talk about that all night long. But outside of that, there's, you know, who knows what happens with basketball moving forward as far as Musselman and how well do we compete in these last 3 games or regular season games? How well do we compete in the tournament? And also Arkansas baseball non-conference and softball. How well do they do within the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think.
Hopefully they both stay in the top
Yeah,
25.
yeah. I think Arkansas has a 12 game home stretch here for baseball. So, so if you're in Fayetteville, please go check out the Hogs baseball team because I think they're number two, number three. I mean, depending on who you look at, they're a top 8 team in baseball. And
Hmm.
softball is now up 4-3, so in the bottom of the fifth. So
Okay, good deal.
hopefully they can pull it out. But anyway, we'll have a lot more to talk about next week. This week's just kind of a down week. So, but once
Right.
once once baseball gets cranked up, we will for sure, you know, be here for the full hour. But anyways, for Ashton, I'm Blake. Again, follow us on 4 Star Sports Media. Wherever you get your podcasts. Okay, let people know if you want to come on the show. Please come on the show. Okay, just
Yep. We'd
just
love to
just
have
send us
guests
a yes, we
anytime.
do, we do. All right. So, anyways, enjoy y'all's weekend. Okay. Again, if you're in Fayetteville, go to the Woo Pig Classic up there. It's happening right now, and check out the baseball team. And if you want to watch the basketball team, go for it. But it's probably not good for your health.
All
So,
right, man.
yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
enjoyed it, and everybody
yeah.
enjoy your weekend.